Good Sunday morning, friends. It's Sunday, so you know what that means? It's Sunday dinner. I sound a little nasally. I just had a sneezing fit. Lola is super loud this morning. She's snoring. If you're new here, that's the beagle. She snores like a freight train. So anyway, what's for Sunday dinner? Well, we're going to do a meatloaf. And I'm trying to get a little creative here because we're not going to use any bread. We don't eat any bread. We don't use any breadcrumbs or anything like that. So I've got some zucchini here that I shredded with my Ninja and some onion, and that's going to be my binder for our meatloaf. Why not? Let's try it and see what happens. All right, so I've got a skillet warming up here with about a tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to saute this before I put it in the meatloaf mixture, okay? Give that a few minutes. I did put some onion in when I chopped the zucchini, but I'm going to add a little bit more onion to it. There we have it. I hope you've had a good week. Ready for the weekend. The kids are gone, so it's just Brock and I today. We're going to just enjoy a relaxing, peaceful day, hopefully. I've got some laundry going. I did a grocery delivery this morning. They came about 8 o'clock in the morning. So nice. I'm loving that option because tomorrow morning Brock's got a doctor's appointment. Tomorrow afternoon I've got a doctor's appointment. And Tuesday we got another appointment. So having that grocery delivery as an option is fantastic. So we're going to do this meatloaf. I'm going to give that a few minutes to saute, and I will be right back. So the veggies are cooled down. They're here, or I'm letting them cool. I've sauteed them. I actually had a few pieces of mushroom because I made a low-carb pizza for my lunch, and you'll see that video tomorrow. So I threw those in there because why not? So what we're going to have with it, we're going to have a big pan of green beans, and we're going to have a salad. And I'm going to make Brock and I a little bit of salad dressing. Like I said, the kids are gone. They went to the Pawpaw Festival. And if you know what a pawpaw is, and maybe you don't, it is a native fruit to the Appalachian area. It's like our only native fruit. And it grows almost all the way to Florida. Even some places in Florida have pawpaws. So what is a pawpaw if you don't know? Well, I could have picked you one, but we have several pawpaw trees in our yard, and one of our other properties we have pawpaws. They are a fruit, and they have about 10 million thousand seeds in them, but deer love them. They're crossed between a super ripe banana and maybe a mango. They kind of have that mushy, custardy taste to them. I'm not a big fan of them. I will eat them if, you know, the zombies come and I have nothing else. I'll eat them, but they're not my favorite. But we were supposed to go, but Brock had a gout flare-up. He hasn't had one in a long time, and it's my fault because I gave him pork. We've kind of tried pork back and forth, and he's not had any issues, but I made that, remember that big solid pork loin I bought, and I cut up, and there's delicious pork chops. I made the pork shoulder. Gave him a really bad gout attack in his shoulder of all places. I don't think he's ever, in all the years of having gout, had it in his shoulder. The poor guy. I mean, he couldn't walk, couldn't get comfortable, couldn't lay down, couldn't sit up. I felt so bad for him. He stayed home from work Friday. No more pork for Brock. And if I eat it, I'll do it when nobody's home, or I'll fix them something different. So this is why we're doing a lot of the things we're doing. He has a gluten intolerance to gluten, you know, like bread, pasta. That's why I'm thinking of alternatives for the meatloaf. I don't have as many sensitivities as he does, but I'm learning the things that I'm cutting out for him also makes me feel better. So it's kind of a win-win. And I don't mind cooking whatever's going to make him feel better, honestly. So that's why I haven't been on as much. Some days we just eat, you know, some red meat and a vegetable. So, you know, and I don't know if you want to see that, if you care, you know, to see what we have on those days, because I'd be more than happy to film it. I just don't want to get on y'all's nerves and be like, well, this is a boring cooking channel here. But, you know, with his health issues, I want to do whatever I can to make him feel better. And so if that means less of this for him, I'm willing to do that. All right, I'm just making up this salad dressing for us. Like I said, it's just going to be the two of us. We went to this morning after the grocery pickup to a little, you can't call it a town. It's just a clump of houses, and it's called Humboldt. And it has literally a spring that comes out the mountainside, hillside, out a tube, and you free flowing constantly that you can go get water. So we go to Humboldt, I call it Humboldt juice, and get our water. Now, a lot of people in that area, their homes, they can't dig a well. There's no water. So a lot of people go and get their drinking water from Humboldt. So you got to catch it just right, because sometimes when we get there, people will have massive amounts of jugs. We just get like 4 or 5 jugs. We drink it, put it in our coffee and stuff. We enjoy going and getting it because we have well water here. We have a spring on our property and it's filtered, but there's also a lot of iron in our water. Now this, it's not so good, that Humboldt juice. So we did that today. We've been going on, usually on Mondays, because more people are at work and it seems we can get to the water a little easier. But anyway, we went today. We got our jugs filled. So we come back. Now I'm prepping for dinner tonight. Like I said, it's just the two of us for dinner. So I made just half of the salad dressing recipe, which is going to be enough for us. Half a cup of mayonnaise, half a cup of milk, and some of the ranch powder. It's as simple as that. I'm going to throw that in the fridge. I'm going to continue to let the veggies cool down, and then we'll be back to do the meatloaf. So let's get this meatloaf started, shall we? So we've got a big bowl here. I've got 2 eggs. Put that in my bowl. And a half a cup of heavy cream. You can use milk if you like. Put that in there. And just some meatloaf seasoning. I love using these packs. Everything's in there that you need. Sometimes you need a little bit more salt. Everything's in there. I'm going to do quick and easy tonight. Give that a stir. Get all of that incorporated together. Looks pretty good. Let me get the, this is the zucchini and onions that we did earlier, and that little bit of mushroom that we're going to use as our binder instead of bread. Now, I know they make low-carb bread and keto bread and all of that, but we're kind of trying to stay away from all of that stuff. So, have I ever put zucchini in a meatloaf? No. First time for everything, but why not? We're going to try it. We're going to see what happens. It's going to taste horrible. We'll have some rolled up turkey. All right. Now I have a little bit of this provolone cheese left, so I'm just going to put some of that in there because why not? I've never put cheese in meatloaf either, so I thought that maybe would be a great binder. All right, we've got that all mixed up. Now we're going to put in our ground beef. Kind of do it here in sections. So it's a little easier to break up versus flopping the whole. This is 2.5 pounds of 80/20 ground beef. Still having trouble with my shoulder, so I was hoping maybe this would make it a little easier on me for mixing. Okay. Oh, I forgot something. All right, now we're going to get this all incorporated with that mixture, the wet mixture. I also got this. I thought maybe I would try that to help me with the mixing process. It's working pretty good. I don't sling it everywhere. We'll keep one hand clean, one hand, I'm gonna get dirty here. Sometimes it's the only thing that works is your hand. All right. All of that incorporated together. Looks like we're getting there. Good and mixed. However you want to choose to mix it. All right. I think that's good. 9 by 13 baking dish. We're going to put that out. There we go. Get all of that out of there. And I'm going to flatten it out. This is how I like to do a meatloaf. You can do it any way you want. This is how I like to do mine. I think it cooks faster, cleanup's easier, it's easier to get out of the pan. And there you have it. I'm going to wash my hands really quickly. First wash, second wash, here we go. Meatloaf is always a sticky business, isn't it? All right, there we go. Now, I know there's controversy as to what you like to put on top. Some people like to do brown gravy, some people like to do barbecue sauce, brown sugar. I'm a ketchup girl. Always been a ketchup girl. I'm gonna add a little bit of sea salt on top. I'm using the Primal Kitchen, the unsweetened organic ketchup. Really liking it. Doing anything fancy tonight, just keeping it simple. Experimenting with this. You see how it is with the zucchini in it as a binder. Great way to sneak in veggies on your family if they don't like veggies. All right. I'm going to spread that ketchup out. Ooh-wee, that looks good. All right. Well, I'm going to set the timer for about an hour and I will check it. And I'm going to cut up my salad while this is in the oven and start the green beans. Here it is. The meatloaf is out of the oven. 45 minutes, 375. Look at that. It held together nicely. I took it out of that baking pan and put it here. Let's give it a try. That's amazing. That is so good. The zucchini, you can't taste it. It's going to be a fantastic binder to use instead of bread. It is delicious. I love meatloaf. This is so good. So here is my complete plate for Sunday dinner. We've got that meatloaf, salad with the homemade dressing, and some green beans. Oh my goodness, friends. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me. Give it a try. You're not going to regret it. Talk to you soon.